Dwayne Douglas Johnson, nicknamed Rock in Sports, was born on May 2, 1972 in Howard, California. Dwayne is an actor, filmmaker, and former American professional wrestler. The 48-year-old Hollywood actor, who has acted in more than 30 films so far, has been named the highest-paid Hollywood actor for the second years in a row. But Rock life was not always so happy and beautiful. When he left the football team and had only a few dollars in his pockets, he felt that his dreams were over and that he was at the end of the road. "I did not know what to do or where to go," he said. "I got depressed." But he thought of using his powerful body shape, which made him a defender of the American football team, and tried to enter the world of wrestling like his father and grandfather. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. The rest is history, and those multi-dollar wages have not turned into a $280 million fortune for a man known as Rock. According to Forbes magazine, Dwayne "Rock" Johnson earned more than $87.5 million from June last year to June this year. Not surprisingly, Johnson still remembers the day the Canadian football team showed him the way out in 1995, and he's happy about it. It's never an easy concept to understand, but the idea is that sometimes our biggest and most important unfulfilled dreams are actually the best things that can happen, he says. Born in California, Dwayne Johnson grew up in North Carolina, Hawaii, and Pennsylvania, and lived briefly with his maternal family in New Zealand. By the age of 17, Johnson said he was a stubborn teenager who had been arrested several times for physical assault and robbery, but exercise helps him find his way in life. He joined the football team rugby at the university and in 1991 won the national tournament as a sport of the University of Miami team. After graduation, Dwayne Johnson joined the Calgary Stampeders, joined the Canadian Rugby League. "I have always been the hardest player in playing football," he said. "I did everything I could to succeed in the Canadian Football League, and I hope to move to the American Professional Football League, where I dreamed of playing in the Super Bowl and among professional players. But this does not happen. Instead, I was kicked out of the team, told I was not good enough, and sent home with only a few $100s, says Rock. "After years of bleeding, sweating, trying, my dreams was over." But Dwayne's father Rocky used to be a professional wrestler, and his grandfather Peter had a background in the field, so Dwayne Johnson took the name Rock, entered the ring, and made a name for himself at the World Wrestling Federation, now known as the WWE. He took on the character of an arrogant wrestler and quickly became famous. Dwayne Johnson's growing popularity in the wrestling world led him to be invited to star in The Mummy Returns in 2001. And he eagerly accepted it and officially entered the world of cinema. Johnson's success in his short role in The Mummy Returns led producers to make a film in 2002 called The Scorpion King, starring Dwayne Johnson and so on. Johnson has now become a trusted actor for the audience after more than a decade in the cinema. Since then, Rock has starred in more than 30 films and is best known for his role as the Scorpion King and Luke Hobbs in the Fast and Furious series. Dwayne Johnson's most famous films are Doom, The Game Plan, Get Smart, Tooth Fairy, Faster, The Mummy Returns, The Scorpion King, Be Cool, Fast and Furious, and The Mysterious Land. In 2017, Dwayne Johnson starred in Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, which grossed more than $962 million at the global box office. A year later, it was announced that Dwayne Johnson had become the highest-paid actor of the year, and for the first time, his name was included in the list of 100 highest-paid celebrities of the year. As Rock's career flourished with a lot of money flowing into his pockets from movies and commercials and other business activities, Johnson's private and family life got better and better. Dwayne Johnson married a businesswoman named Dani Garcia in 1997, and they have a girl named Simon Alexandra. Now Simon Aideen has announced that she wants to follow in her father's footsteps and enter the world of professional wrestling. She is very smart, we are all proud of her, Dwayne said of her daughter. He and his first wife separated peacefully in 2007, and sometimes later, while filming Game Map, Rock met a singer named Lauren Hashian. The two had a daughter named Jasmine in 2015 and another daughter in 2018 named Tiani Gia. Johnson and Hashian, 34 years old, were officially married last year. Before entering American football, Rock became depressed at the age of 15 following his mother's suicide attempt. "My mother got out of the car on the street and go into the traffic," he said in a 2018 interview. "The car tried not to hit her, I grabbed her and dragged her to the side of the street." The crazy thing about her suicide attempt is that she still doesn't remember anything about it. "Better not to remember. I got to a point where I didn't want to do anything or go anywhere. I was crying all the time. We were both fine, but we should all always be on the lookout for other people who are in pain," Dwayne "Rock" Johnson said of the tragic incident and that affected his life. "We need to remind them that they are not alone." Some interesting things about Dwayne Johnson. Receiving a $5.5 million salary of appearing in The Scorpion King is considered the highest salary for a first appearance in the Guinness Book. He registered the name of The Rock completely in his name. The name was previously held by the WWE. Dwayne Johnson is African Canadian. His cousin is the stuntman in the most of his films. He has been nominated for the Golden Barbary for his role in a movie. Dwayne Johnson was to play Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He said in an interview that he no longer likes to be called Rock because Dwayne Johnson is no longer in the wrestling world and is now an actor. Not only was Dwayne's grandfather wrestling involved, but 3 of his uncles and 6 close relatives are also wrestlers.